it sounds like the county's gonna come in and is interested in doing that.
So when do you think your tentative management plan, are you looking March, April, spring,
We're
summer?
looking at a target for the spring, yes. But having said, there's still work ongoing, as you know. Like there probably will be some frag control along the one stretch of shoreline, so it's a dynamic situation. But it's the overarching goal of pulling all the pieces together and providing some guidance and also a way of tracking success. I think that's important too, because we don't want to be throwing money, wasting money. We want to have an effective, efficient approach, and that's the intent of having the plan in place and all the people cooperating, the district, municipal level, local community groups. That's the intent. It's a very complicated situation. We have so many different landowners and layers of government involved, if you will.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just saying, if you're going to be moving into that anytime, I've been walking around forests and actually starting to notice this stuff. Talking to someone who can barely tell the difference between a cabbage and a carrot, usually. But now I'm starting to see it, it's all over the place, like a lot of low-lying areas, Hickory Creek, all the way through the town, where we don't think of, it's we mow it, around it, and then it's like, oh, that's what that is. So I can see you're really going to have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, it's a big...
It's turning up everywhere.
Yeah, it is. If we can get it under control and get a plan, then as Janice has said, the initial cost is the big one, and then every year. It's monitoring it. We now in Port Franks, believe me, if we see any after we've done it, we're going to be on top of it, as they are in Grand Bend. Right. And that's a big thing too, is once we recognize it, then get on it right away. Grand Bend, because we were able to get on it quickly, it didn't cost nearly as much as what it's costing in Port Franks.
Councillor Russell.
Yeah, I think, Mr. Mayor, through to you, to Brent, if you don't mind, bring him into the discussion because he's our on staff and Jason back here. I was just wondering, Brent, if what you're saying is logical. There's no doubt about what you're saying. Coordinated effort. The question is the county right now is starting through their budget process to initiate something after mapping, right? And they might experiment up here. But we're already 3 steps ahead. I see your proposal as we've got to do our detail work because in the end it's going to be the maintenance at the local level, at the municipal level, that's going to do it. But the overall coordinating happens with the Isabel, with St. Clair, and with the county, which is the umbrella. So how do you see it in terms of, to me it's like, they're obviously as citizens and with the resources, it's like a tar baby thing, right? I mean, we talked about this in September, didn't we, Janice? Yes. So how can we break that tar baby thing? What is the, obviously getting the mapping done and all that all makes sense. But how can we, it's jurisdictional is what I'm saying. How can we deal with that?
Through partnership, right? Like Jason and I and the group met this morning, and I think the message we were trying to communicate to each other was, bite-sized chunks, because it's a big problem. But I think there is an opportunity to partner and start with a pilot area of Lincoln Shores to show what, if we have a partnered approach and a coordinated approach.
The county?
Yeah, with the county.
With the county.
So what can we create out of that? We don't know right now, but if the county's able to support it and we're able to support it, and there is that opportunity to say, use that as a pilot, work out the kinks, and then use that as a model to broadcast across the rest of Lincoln Shores. For us specifically, there are other things that we need to do. Like we're lacking in the mapping, of course. We've got all sorts of capabilities with our GIS. It's just finding staff and finding time to make sure we do it. And then it's determining how we, this is a new program to us. So then we're going to discuss how we implement that program. Are we doing it with municipal staff? Are we contracting? Are we able to partner with our county friends? It's very new, so it's a tough question to answer. But I think there is some opportunity as long as we start small and learn it correctly, and then
build a good foundation. So, Mr. Mayor, just further, the question for us then really becomes, how do we set the structure in place correctly? Because the initiative that was started by this group and with the help needs they've had, they weren't overfunded by things. They were, like, I won't say you were underfunded, you were very successful in the use of the funds that you acquired. But the question becomes, you know, it's a time for us to put a coordinated approach together in terms of doing all these things. Because I think Brent's hitting the nail on the head. We did not approach it except foundational. I think Nancy encouraged us from day one, let's do something right. We won't do something big, let's do it. And I think you're just saying continue that approach on, but we'll coordinate it with the county, maybe St. Clair. So are we going to have jurisdictional problems? Because I see the advantage of M&R. Getting rid of M&R is always the best case scenario, right? Sorry, but you know what I mean. Like, go down the easy street, which is, did you say Casavo and St. Clair? If you're able to partner with them formally, then we would get rid of one of the layers, would we not? Like,
I think so, as long as MLR is comfortable with having the conservationist authority speak on their behalf, then
so let's encourage them to feel comfortable.
Can I just say, the MNRs, I've been in touch with Dave Richards, who has taken over from Brad Connor, and he has been very, very positive so far. He actually has said that he might be able to shake some trees and come up with some money, but he's calling and he's returning emails, right? which is wonderful. So I think that we're in a good place with them right now. I think.
This is the time to strike.
So what do we, Councillor Moss still wants to speak next, but what do we need from council? I guess we need is a support that we want to continue to get that plan in place and to get our staff to work through it. We need to know what we want, what we have to put in our budget, and support and encouragement or harassment of the county to use this as an area that to start with. So, Councillor Moss.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to go to Councillor Russell's point, because truthfully, when you deal with multi-layers, you need a single point of accountability. So I wanted to ask you, what's your experience been with the province? Are you getting cooperation with the province, or are they just kind of?
Well, Monty McNaughton came to the information session, and we didn't have our permit on the Saturday morning. By Monday, we had our permit.
Wow, he's in opposition.
I know. He actually, from him being there, he called Dave. It was Dave Richards' first day on the job, and he had to send someone up to Lambton Shores, go over to the island to get a signature from his office in Chatham. So Monty has been really great.
But Monty's not government.
No, he's not.
So how is the government?
No, he's not.
How are you finding the government respond? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about
And
success.
this is what happens. This is what happens. I just attended a workshop put on by the Invasive Species Council, and they talked about this, and they said that most projects of this nature start as ours has started, grassroots, and it works its way up. It goes from a group of concerned people getting together, then getting conservation authorities together, Nature Conservancy, then it goes the step up, and it seems to go up. That's the way, the model that they
So
describe.
to Councillor Russell's point, to the mayor's point, then I guess we as a municipality, if we decide to take the lead on this and get our staff involved, I think your database is absolutely essential. This is what we do in this province all the time, is we throw good money after bad all the time, asking for information that's been on the books for years. So I think a database is absolutely essential. But I think we as a municipality could probably play a lead role in a coordination. So you guys are the catalyst, but when you've got all these, the big thing with government, as you well know, is that territoriality thing, and who's going to step on whose toes. We could step on toes as a municipality and say this is absolutely essential to the quality of life of our people. And right now, unless we coordinate the effort, it's risk. So what do you see our role as a municipality? We've got very credible, competent staff over here. How can we help you more than just money?
What you just described.
All right, so we need
What
to
you
get,
just described.
we need to get people to the table and take a lead role on it, and
We need to carry on the direction we're going
yeah.
and support that. Councillor Scott.
Through you to Brent, is there any possibility that this would be a position where we could get a co-op student in? Either at a college level or university?
I do see an opportunity that we've put out our feelers already for our landscape and horticulture type of student.